Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's probably like the best trailer ever.
It's incredible.
Let's
Can
be
only be
honest.
matched by the trailers from the first game.
Yeah, literally, actually.
Like it's such a weird, like this is like when you give Kojima like complete fucking
Creative
freedom.
control.
And like Lou is like an actual person, like not just a baby.
It's funny because
Baby.
on one hand, you just like you kind of want Death Stranding to, or you want Kojima to always do like a new IP or something, right? Like you want him to like do whatever he wants, but it's kind of cool that we're getting a Death Stranding too.
Hell
I think he
yeah.
likes this. He definitely likes this, like, cause it's so weird, right? Like the whole universe is like just untrampled snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
very
did you
fresh.
hear like on the state of play what he said was that like they're making after Death Stranding he's doing a new IP after that, and it's gonna be like a stealth
Tactical,
game.
yeah, tactical espionage action something.
Metal Gear, man. That's what it said on the cover on Metal Gear.
Yeah, he's just gonna make his own Metal Gear style game that's not Metal Gear.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
fuck you to Kojima, or a fucking Konami.
Yeah, I feel like the whole "should we have connected" thing is basically saying they've opened up a whole new can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Man, am I the only one who needs like a complete refresher on the story of Death Stranding? One.
there's definitely a few beats that I'm a little foggy on.
You sound like you still understand what the hell this game was about, man.
I just not really. I just remember like what the characters wanted, kind of, and how it ended. You know what I mean?
know, this game could be even weirder than the first fucking game.
Yeah, it looks like it is somehow though.
Like it's insane. It's completely insane. It's like a fucking fever dream.
Yeah. What do you all right, what did you guys the gameplay wise it looks pretty similar, right, to the first game from what I've seen, but this is the
Yeah.
first time we've actually seen the gameplay.
Yeah.
'Cause the last trailer was just like a cinematic, but
Yeah, I think it's intentionally just showing you just enough.
yeah, they're showing you a lot of different types of environment. Like the first
Yeah.
one kind of just had that Iceland looking
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
And you told me it looked exactly like that when you were there, right, Cody?
Yeah, it's identical.
It was identical.
Identical, and he basically admitted that that's where he was inspired, right?
Yeah,
And like the music too. I think what was the main artist that was featured in Death Stranding 1?
oh right, yeah, that group.
Low roar.
Low Roar. That's right. I think they recorded their album in Iceland as well.
That's sick.
So, but this one, yeah, this one looks. It still has a bit of that because, like, obviously, that look is always volcanic, explosive. You know,
Yeah.
right? That kind of destruction look. So you're
Yeah.
gonna see that in probably any Death Stranding game.
Yeah.
But this one, yeah, it has a few different environments. There's like, there's a very brief sort of like fiery magma thing going on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It looked kind of cool. He was near a big city at one point.
yeah, that looked really cool. I like the part where like the water is like he's kind of like almost like a flood is happening or something. He's running away from it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like breaking the bridge.
That could be interesting if they mess with. I think one of the most underrated part about Death Stranding is like the physic aspect of it, or like the just like how things like you don't feel like a superhuman person.
Yeah,
right?
like you can.
Like you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it feels very grounded. Like even this like just climbing is like very challenging, and like
Yeah.
going down the hill is very challenging. So like even I remember having like a shit ton of like boxes on your back and just like crossing a small little river.
Yeah,
was, like,
dude.
Oh, yeah.
So compelling,
I know, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
dude.
So
He,
if
he
they can mess
reinvented
with
walking.
Yeah.
And you also like there's a creative ways like how am I gonna get across this river without fucking dropping all my shit? Like I could build a bridge, or
Yeah.
I guess I could probably walk until I see someone else who built a bridge or a ladder.
Dude, that was cool,
Yeah.
man. That multiplayer aspect of it, like you'd find someone else's like ladder or
Ropes and
equipment.
ladders, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh fuck, thank God! Like I had nothing. This is, oh man, you're godsend.
Yeah,
And then
well-
you can like I think you could like make it so their stuff appears more like in your game,
Okay, yeah.
like through I think it's called like the threads or something.
Okay.
Like I could have like you guys like on my thread or whatever.
Right.
So, like, your guys' stuff would like appear in my game,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
which is really cool.
And it makes me really wanna, cause I haven't played the PS5 version of it, but I would not
Go
mind
back.
firing it up. Yeah,
It's really
Yeah, it's been long
I
enough.
definitely
It's been long
have
enough.
to go back to this game before playing this one
Oh
again.
yeah.
Or I want to understand this goddamn
Well,
thing.
and there's so many like classic moments in the game. Like even early on. Like, do you remember like in that like sort of beginning scene section where like you're getting attacked by the you know, the goop,
Of course.
the things, and the guy's like, what's your status? And he's like, situation fuck or whatever.
It's fucked.
Love it,
Yeah. Like
it was just so. Yeah, I feel like even though we played through all of Death Stranding, especially initially, like you really did not understand like what kind of enemy we were, like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't really understand all the rules of the world, like
Yeah.
it was just so like weird and like you were saying, like you're just attacked by these like invisible things that it just like, I don't know, it's a. And that's what
the one thing though that I hope this game does over the first one is the first one, as you make the world more connected, right?
Yeah.
You lose that sense of fear a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As
'Cause
it gets easier. Yeah.
It gets easier as the game goes, which you know is a hard thing to avoid in games because you want the player to feel like they're progressing
Exactly.
and like, you know, becoming better. But I hope this one kind of like elevates the challenges, or maybe, you know, puts the story in a certain direction where you're forced into these very, very difficult situations that are kind of hard to solve. Because at the end of the day, the game's a bit of like a sort of open-ended natural puzzle.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when you're trying to like make these deliveries and stuff, you know, you're like, okay, I need to get this much weight to this spot, but I have, you know, I only have this much fuel, so blah, 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 or whatever, right? Like you have to figure it out. And that was where it was fun. But then once you were so connected that you had zip lines going everywhere and all sorts of shit, full on highway. It was fun setting all that stuff up for sure. Very fun.
No reason to like not have like fucking zip lines everywhere.
Yeah,
You gotta stop trekking like you used to. You wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and I got to the point like once you have like a lot of ammo and weapons and stuff, you could just, you know, what are they called again? MiGs or no, the bad things, the spooky ghosts.
The BTs.
BTs, yeah. If you could just walk into a BT area and not give a fuck and just light them up.
Yeah, and most of the time
scary.
probably.
Yeah, sorry, you're saying?
No, yeah, you're right. They're really scary.
At first, they were so scary. And
So
hard to
scary,
deal with,
yeah.
Then they're a complete joke at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I need to farm this guy for fucking like hyrule crystals because I want fucking-
Yes. Yeah. So that's something I hope it is
It's a pretty hard balance to do because that's what kind of like the satisfaction is, though. Like, for it to be difficult at first and then you figure it out later, where it's like you make things easier for yourself as you progress through the game.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do, I think.
And very few games can succeed in that. But I think this one can. I think it can. As long as I think what might help is if they kind of expand upon sort of the gameplay aspects of like the delivering of the items and the connecting and the building and stuff. And I think they will. So maybe after you go through the main story, which of course is going to be incredibly long, like the first game, you know,
the first one's long as hell.
It's it's awesome. Then maybe they have a little more end game content that kind of allows you to like get that feeling of like sort of like JRPGs and stuff, right? Yeah. Where you get that all powerful feeling after the story's over. Right. So that way the story isn't sort of a joke at the end.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't feel like you're overpowering things in the story.
Right.
So maybe that would be a good direction for them to go in.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
what about so I think, man, some people I think just I don't get it, but I think some people want more action in Death Stranding. What do you guys think about that? Should they? And there's some
I
shooting
did.
in the trailer.
I
There's some
know.
shooting and stuff in the trailer. You had guns in the first game, but it really discouraged it. It's like if you do this, it'll be a huge pain in the ass for you, you know?
I mean, like, I think it's fine. Like, I mean, like the action sequences, like, were whatever.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bosses
Well,
were
it's-
interesting.
It's never like I actually never wanted to get into a fight.
No.
Yeah.
I was always trying my best not to.
Yeah, I was
There's
just
a
worried
lot of
about.
time you have a lot of shit. You have a lot of shit. With you,
Yeah, I
just
don't want
trying
to
get-
risk my
yeah.
fucking package.
Oh man, some of the coolest parts was like being attacked by those freaking mules or whatever, and like you have a ton of shit in your truck or something.
Yeah.
And they're throwing these goddamn spears that fucking would deactivate your vehicle.
Oh yeah.
It pissed me off so
Oh, you're so
much, man.
stressed. It's like
Yeah.
it gave you a real like Mad Max Fury Road
Yeah.
vibe, you know.
Exactly.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
what do I do?
Then-
Like all you can do
yeah.
is run though. Like if you stop and like try and like fight back, it doesn't
I
always
remember
go
there was,
well.
like, there was like a way to like negate the ping of that though. Like,
Right,
You could, like,
very
send out,
cool.
like your
You're
fucking
right.
scanner thing.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that too.
I'm like, oh fuck. Like, and then like sometimes you'd fuck it up, and they're like, oh man, they're on to me. But like you'd have like the highways like already completed, so you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, just try to catch me.
Yeah, exactly. And then eventually they give up. Yeah.
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 No, but like I know what you're saying, like how the game didn't like really feel like it was challenging after a while, but like it was also kind of rewarding. Like after putting so many hours into like building like all those fucking
Yeah.
like networks and
To
shit,
reap
and,
the
like building
reap-
highways and stuff.
Yeah. And that was kind of the point of the game, right? You're like
Yeah.
making the world more connected and things feel closer, right? Things don't feel so far away anymore.
Yeah.
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 Like I get it. But I just enjoy the chat. I really like, for me, like I like the story all the way through, but gameplay wise I think I enjoyed like the first, I don't know if I can say like up until when, but I feel like the earlier sections of the game I found more compelling because of the difficulty.
Yeah.
Do you think at the end, like you're playing it for the story, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. It was it was still really cool, but just like difficulty in the gameplay wise, it was just kind of.
I feel that way too.
I
Because
do.
I remember at the end where they're just like, oh, you have to go back. You have to walk all over.
You have to like walk the entire way back.
That's right. All your shortcuts and stuff are gone too, or something.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean that was cool.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was, but you just want to know what's gonna happen in the story. Like I'm like, this is, of course I love this game, but it's kind of like the pacing of the story is so good at some points, especially like near the end. You
Yeah.
just want to see what happens next. They're like, no, you have to walk back.
Yeah.
For the next like 2 hours.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I was so fun. I was like, dude, let's do this. I got like I had my snacks ready. I had like my fucking. I was like, those
Well,
guys fucking trek all the way back.
Yeah, you feel like a boss at that point. So you're like, 'cause
Yeah.
you just got out of the fist fight with Higgs, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that like after that? I think like
I think so.
you
That
like
sounds about right.
you go toe to toe with him, and then maybe not. Maybe that was at the very end. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss Cliff, man.
Dude, I know. What the fuck?
We'll see. I highly doubt they will.
There's a
bring him back.
lot of the familiar faces aren't in the trailer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if like they're pretty big stars, man. All those guys. So I don't
Yeah.
know if like we can get them back. Like the one who played Mama is in like a bunch of things.
Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, she's in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like her schedule would have to line up with like Mads Mikkelsen, who's always doing things as well. You know?
But
Yeah.
I forgot Mads, man. Yeah.
It's
He's
it's
like
a
the best
miracle.
part.
It's
Do you guys remember watching the first like thing ever of Death Stranding and seeing Mads Mikkelsen come out with like
Yeah.
fucking like 4
Oh.
undead soldiers?
Unreal.
Oh man.
Oh my god, man! Like that, I'll never like get
It's
a
so
feeling
cool.
like that
It
ever
was
again.
so cool.
Not to knock like other like developers and stuff, but like I think we were making fun of like I can't remember which showing it was, one of those showcases of some sort where they were showing like a sci-fi game and it's just like so forgettable, and you know you see it, it's like what the hell is this, you know, it all looks
Yeah.
the same and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you see Kojima sci-fi and it's freaking like unforgettable.
I know it's so iconic,
different.
man.
It's so different, man. It's
Yeah.
night and day.
It's way more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infinitely.
Just full stop. More interesting.
Different, unique,
Yeah.
like shocking.
Yeah.
Because sci-fi is supposed to be weird. You're not supposed to see it, and it's just like, oh, it just looks like another, like, like
Oh yeah.
another
Yeah.
sci-fi thing.
Yeah, like
I know, it's not just-
Starfield.
Yeah. It doesn't
Fuck
really
should
look
not
like
be
anything.
forgettable, man.
It doesn't look like anything. It's just like, it's just like,
Yeah. Well, everything just looks like Star Trek or something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
But
or
like Death Stranding is truly like, it's out there, man.
Yeah.
well, yeah, just because it's like what is even going on in it? Does anyone know?
Fucking
From
knows.
the trailer, eh? Like I don't know. I have no idea.
Explain Fragile's hands that go around her neck.
Yeah, no, that's
That's a mask.
Like a Kojima fucking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they alive? Is it sentient?
Yeah.
Like a machine.
Yeah. Is it just a yeah? Is it inflatable?
I don't know.
Is it like electronic? I don't know. Like what's going on?
I know. So many questions.
I don't
Where does he come up with this stuff?
Yeah, it's just like the imagination is off the charts.
Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to find out what the heck this is gonna be about. If you come, like, even the first one's trailers, like, there's no way to really understand what we're really looking at yet until you actually play it.
I still don't really know what happened.
Like, I remember at the time, like, after playing it, you would just like watch a bunch of like videos explaining what the hell happened, and like I had a pretty, like, a general idea of what was happening.
Yeah.
And like I know for sure I really liked Sam, like all the characters, I really liked them all,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. It was just hard to understand like what the heck was the whole thing about exactly. Some aspects of it, but yeah, it's still a very memorable game. Great story. And this one looks looks some more of that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all we got to say about Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
I'm very excited. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think as far as upcoming releases, I mean, we know now. Well, I guess we know it's confirmed that it's next year.
Yeah.
And it could be late next year. We don't really know.
When Grand Theft Auto 5 or Grand Theft Auto 6 was announced to be 2025, we just felt so far away. It was like, oh my god, why are they announcing it now? And now that we're in 2024, it's like, oh, next 2025. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but it could still be. It's going to be
it'd still
likely
be
towards
late.
Christmas 2025
Yeah.
or something like that.
If I recall, I think Death Stranding came out late. Whatever year, 2019 or whatever. I think it came out. It was a late release in the year. Maybe they'll do the same for this one. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he makes the games pretty quick though.
He does. I remember
Yeah.
Death Stranding came out really fast.
Like after Metal Gear Solid 5, like Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out maybe 2015, something like that.
Yeah.
Death Stranding,
Holy fuck.
Death Stranding 2019. What? That's unheard of today.
I know.
Brand
And it
new.
was like fucking like my favorite game of like all time.
Death
And
Stranding.
it took like no time to cook at all.
Yeah.
That's true.
And like, he gets the sequel out in like 5 years. That's pretty good.
It's insane.
Wait.
Yeah, I love
Well,
the engine. they have.
when did Death Stranding come out? It was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Bonkers.
Yeah, like
love the-
unexpected sequel too.
The engine, man, is so like. What game has character models that look like that, man?
I guess The Last of Us 2.
That's pretty much it.
I think
the actors look exactly like in real life, basically. You know immediately who it is.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it looks really good. The details
Yeah.
impact. Like I just, man, like the very beginning of the trailer when they're like poking at the skin.
It's
like-
Dude, yeah, it's like so uncanny.
And it's like picking up, and it's like you can see like the texture, and it's got like the little goose pimples, and
Yeah. How's this a game? How's this a video game? What is going on? When did the graphics become like this?
yeah, I know.
I know.
When did this happen?
Yeah, like man, you like show this to like one of our parents or something from like
Oh my God,
somebody
yeah.
somebody from an older generation. They're gonna be like, oh, what movie are you watching? You know what I mean? Like,
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, I watched like a fucking video like on Instagram or whatever. This guy was like showing like his grandma like him playing like GTA 5, and like he told her like it was like actual news footage or something.
oh, I
Oh
seen
my
that.
I'm like
Yeah.
a car chase, and she looks fucking distraught, man. It's so funny. She's like fucking. She's like making the biggest O face ever. She's like so fucking disheartened. Like
Oh,
there's like a car crash. Like oh my god, that guy just crashed, and you can see the car crash into like 7 people. And she
oh
looks
my
fucking disturbed, man.
oh my god, that's
What
hilarious.
the fuck?
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's our thoughts on Death Stranding 2. Remember to hit the like and subscribe.